everyone, Nicole Steckline, technical agronomist for DeKalb and Asgrow in Northeast Iowa. It is April 19th, so we're all getting pretty antsy because there hasn't been a whole lot of planters running so far, which is probably a good thing. Now, this morning I put the thermometer in the ground and it was showing a measly 35 degrees, but the sun did a lot of good for us, and right now at 2 inches it's sitting at 50 degrees. Now, this doesn't mean that it's time to go out and plant all of your acres, because what's concerning is that huge swing in temperature, because these overnight temperatures are bringing us down so fast and then we warm back up during the day. So yes, we want to be at 50 degrees if at all possible and make sure we have a warming trend. But the other thing is those overnight air temperatures. When we see the overnight air temperatures getting into the lower 30s, even below 30, that's when we get those really radical swings. So we want 50-degree water, we want warm water, but then we also want to make sure that those swings aren't too drastic, like 15 degrees, because you get that shock effect when we go from a drastic warm to a drastic cold. But I'm not going to tell you to keep the planter parked for forever. So here's the forecast that we got looking at right now. We've got some colder rain coming in tomorrow, which honestly, it's not the temperature that's going to keep us from planting in the next 2 weeks or so. It's going to be the moisture. However, beyond that, we do cool off again. So honestly, keep an eye on the temperature. If you're gonna put something in the ground, put beans in the ground. They're more forgiving in cold temperatures. They're also more forgiving if you have stand loss. When we do switch to corn, if we've got cooler soil temperatures, keep a very close eye on the emergence rating for your different corn hybrids. In the DeKalb brand, you're gonna wanna start with those hybrids that have a 1 or a 2 for an emergence rating. Keep those 4s in the shed. Products like DeKalb 64, 34, and 35, DeKalb 62, 69, 62, 70, if those soils are still going to remain cold. And then keep a very close eye on what the overnight temperatures are going to be, because we don't want those wild swings in overall temperature. Remember, our coarse textured soils are going to warm up the fastest because those have more air than moisture, and air is going to fluctuate in temperatures faster than moisture will. So those coarse textured soils are going to warm up faster, but they are also going to cool down the quickest. So if you can get a heavier soil to that temperature, you're not going to have as much drastic change if you get colder overnight temperatures. And also remember that you're going to have a really big swing depending on if you are full tillage or not, right? Because right here, we saw what the sun did for us today in increasing those soil temperatures. So if you're full tillage, you're probably going to be able to go sooner than a guy who has minimum or no tillage. That's all I've got for now. I think the moisture and the rain is going to keep us out of the field more than the temperature will, but after that, I'd rather beans before corn. Make sure you get it in the ground so you have more of a blanket. Right now, it's going to be more important to plant deeper than it is to go more shallow. So if you got questions, call, text, or email.